All right, y'all. Welcome to Real Talk, a conversation with real individuals who do real things. This is not about promotions. This is not about, uh, you know, the celebrities and their stories and how they made it and how great they've been. This is literally about, it ain't even about any, it's a conversation with everyday people who do amazing things, who are just like you. So, Zanel, this live is literally a conversation with everyday people, and we're talking about things that affect our lives, the way that we move, and what I've chose to do is I've chose to have conversations with people who have influenced me throughout my life, people who I've met who've been awesome, who've I've built with, who's been amazing, like this young man who's in the comments, DJ on mute, Colorado's favorite, who will be on the show at some point. And we're going to have a conversation with them because these are the people who inspire me, who have moved, who we had great conversations with, who's, either taught me something or I've been able to learn from. And that's what it is. So, stick around because right now I have a young man who's all the way from Hollywood, California, who's about to get on here. He don't know it yet because he ain't put the request in, but he's acting like I won't get to him. Now, this man is never going to everything he is. I'll let the conversation speak for itself when it happens. You know. Now you said you got autism for experience. What do you mean by that? And while I'm waiting for him to join this live, I'll just ask you, when you say you have autism for experience, what do you mean? You currently have autism, or you had the experience with dealing with someone with autism? And if so, what does that look like for you? Um, that would be the question. So, treating you sweet, aka Kim, one of the most amazing uh, chefs. Oh, there you go.
Zen.
So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to introduce you to my brother, Mr. Larry Fisher. Now,
Hello, hello, hello.
the thing about this is, man, is that we. So this show, first of all, is completely about people who I've met in my life, who we've had great conversations, who we've built with, and giving people the opportunity to be able to witness the amazingness and things that help mold me to where I'm at. And
Hmm.
fortunately, brother, you are one of the people who's done that. So, welcome to
Likewise.
Real Talk. You ready to get real with me?
I'm ready to get real with you, young. What's happening?
Hey, so check it out. First of all, tell them who you are and where you're from.
My name is Larry D. Fisher. I got to give you the whole because I'm a transparent person. Larry D. Fisher Jr. And
Right. He ain't got
I'm
no warrant.
yeah, originally born and raised in Ohio. Been living in California now, right around going on about 16
Yeah.
years. Um, Went to school, played ball, on a collegiate level, some pro. Basketball, no football. Most people look at me like you play football. No, I played basketball.
Yeah.
Um, moved to California from Michigan. Uh, started off slow, doing a lot of hanging out. You move out to California, the first thing you kind of run into is the party scene because everybody want to be in LA. Everybody want to be, a part of the limelight some kind of way. But I got out here and kind of hit the ground running,
Yeah.
as they say.
Now wait a minute. Hold on, man. You ain't about to just jump around like so. Let's take it back. Um, Ohio.
Yes,
What part
sir.
of Ohio you from?
Lima, not Lima. Most people say Lima is Lima, Ohio.
Lima,
Born and raised in
Ohio.
Lima, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you have any siblings?
Yes, I do. I have three sisters. I am the I am the third child. I have two older sisters and a younger sister.
So you was in the middle of all them girls. So
Only boy.
I take it you know how to fight.
Yeah, I had an older sister that treated me, she roughed me up. She taught me how to fight. She taught me how to break dance. She taught me how to,
I
taught me how
thought
to
you. I,
really
I,
give
I
it.
I would say that you knew how to fight because you was protecting them. I didn't. I didn't think they was beating you up.
Yeah, for real. They used to beat me up for real until I turned about
Yeah,
12. You hit that growth spurt. They don't know what to do with you. But, all of them, they very protective of me, always have been, and probably always will be. That's how our mother and our father raised us to be. My
okay.
mom and my dad been together 46 years all my life. So don't know no other man as dad. Don't know no other woman as mom. So I'm a very blessed not young man, middle-aged man.
So let's do this real quick because first of all, that's dope. To hear that your parents are still married and you grew up in that household, having your parents around. Do you feel that with having your mom and dad together, that it gave you the blueprint on how to love? Like, do you feel like that gave you the answers to a lot?
Yeah and no. Because as your parents, like you said, you watch it in the household. Like I said, I watched, every day. I had a dad every day. I had a mom every day. It was the same routine. um you learn how to love, but you also, I feel like, as you get older, because you create your own narrative to love, because you go through journeys and you figure everything out, other stuff out on your own. But from far as the blueprint on how to treat a person, how to love a person, and show them what respect is and all that, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Now, with having that, do you now? I'm not going to jump. We're going to stay in this section, but I just want to know with
Mhm.
having that experience, do you feel that it's molded your experiences in relationships because you had that, you understood it, or do you feel just because you knew it didn't mean that everybody you dealt with did?
Mm.
See how I did that? See how I pulled that in?
Yeah, I see how you did it. I don't know, did it mold? Because I did. I mean, I got different perspectives because, yeah, I seen that ground, like, from home. But as I grew older and being an athlete, I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. A lot of times, we're groomed to be social and be here and be there and everything. Like I said, when you come from a place like where I came from, a small city, small town, your mom and dad, they put you go to church every Sunday. You go to Sunday school, you go to prayer and Bible band, you do the church thing. And for me, even knowing it, I still decided to do certain things and live a certain type of life because I was experiencing life on my own terms. At a certain point, I left home at like 17, going on 18,
Yeah.
18. Go to college. I got a
Now, where
scholarship. So you
did you go to
start
college at?
venturing out. My first 2 years, and I hope some kids hear this. My first 2 years, I went to a junior college in Missouri, Three Rivers Community College. Played basketball there. Got my scholarship. I had other offers, but my grades were terrible coming out of high school.
Okay.
I wasn't the book guy. I didn't do that till I got to college. College, it turned into something else because I started really understanding education and how it could put you in a room, so to speak. Those degrees and all that, those are talking points, man. They open doors, they help you network, but you still got to get in and do the work. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I feel like I, learned a lot. And
Now,
my
now,
mom was great.
now, real quick, Rod's in the building. What's up? New
What's
York in the house.
happening?
Yeah, that's
What's
family
happening?
right there. And we'll get to that on how we know each other and how we met that. But so
Hmm.
in college, you go out, you live this sheltered life somewhat. Now you out there doing your thing. You an athlete. Obviously, you're fit. You a handsome brother, so you ain't got no problem being, as you call it, social. And so you in college doing your thing, man. What kept you on track? Like, did you graduate first of all? Let me ask you that.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
you got your degree and everything.
Yes,
And what
sir.
did you get
Child
your degree?
psychology. Child psychology.
Okay, cool.
But hold up. That see, and like I said, keeping it all the way live. I did not know what I was getting myself into when I I didn't understand like the paperwork and doing the papers and it was one of those. I was doing the athlete thing, but I end up enjoying it and end up getting a degree in it. So it ended up working out. So you
Okay.
know,
So, child psychology. You said you played ball,
yeah.
and what was the college you ended up going to? Because you said you went to a junior college for 2 years. What was the
Uh,
next one?
Eastern Michigan University,
Okay.
Eagles,
All right.
EMU,
Yeah.
EMU.
If anybody was on your Instagram, they would see you with your Eagle stuff on.
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
yeah
they know what it is. I still rep
yeah.
it.
And that's something to be proud of. When you were in college, did you ever do the fraternity thing? Did you ever pledge?
No, no.
Why not?
I felt like I was already who I was. I felt like I was already self-made. I was a part of as they say, hoop fi hoop. You know what I mean? I was a basketball player, so I didn't need any kind of accreditation to who I was and how I moved and or no help being social. You know what I'm saying? When you come on campus, your name is already known. If you got a scholarship, pretty much.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
So
you already who you are before you get there, and they know who you are. So a lot of times, and I got love for all the Greeks. I got love, especially the noob. So it's like for me, I didn't have to, I didn't have to like I ain't gonna say I didn't have to, but it wasn't the thing that I was really on. I was a ball player. My eyes was going, towards the NBA. It wasn't about anything other than that. School was even on top of that, like I said, school was something that I was using as a tool to get what I wanted out of life, far as athletics.
okay.
So I never
Now,
did.
with that being said, once you graduated, did you get to the NBA? Did you get a chance to go play?
I had looked, worked out with a couple of different teams. Didn't work out. Too small, as they say, too small of a guard. And my skill set was more of just a scorer. I ran it too. I was just more of a scorer. So, different places, you go out to these different camps and different situations like that. The two guard spot, you know, look at Kobe, look at LeBron. They all can run the two guard spot. I'm only 6'3".
Mm,
That's more of a point guard. That's more Steph and them bringing the ball up. Now, the way the game has changed, I ain't gonna say that because you got 7 footers like stepping out on the wing doing certain things. But when I was coming through, I never forget being down in Dallas at camp. Uh, I didn't know how big pause George Lynch, a guy that I watched play for North Carolina. He's about 6'7", 6'8". He made me look like a itty bitty dude.
mm,
So I didn't understand it until I start doing different things, and I worked out with the Sacramento Kings for a while. I didn't understand a lot of the different things that you needed to know. I thought it was just about being talented and playing. Moved around USBL, IBL, ABA, CBA, moving around, playing in those bus leagues and stuff like that. It takes a lot of work, and if you're not careful, if you're a small town product and you're used to getting praise and used to being, that sometimes it could be as detrimental as it is helpful
mm,
because there lies the work ethic. If you already feel like you talented, if you already feel like that you gifted, you know, how much really work it takes a special person to look past and not pretty, especially when you got people in your ear. You got people in your ear telling you how good you are.
right.
So it takes a special person to and a more humble, which I wasn't at the point to like, okay, even though I'm good, I'm still stay after practice, shoot 500 more shots. I was trying to go hang out, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? And not that I wasn't uh talented enough to stick. I think where I failed was just more of a work ethic far as just really sticking to it.
yeah. Now, so let's have a real moment right here.
Hmm.
When you didn't make it to the NBA, knowing that that had been your dream, right?
Hmm.
Excuse me. How long had you had that vision and that dream of yourself getting to the NBA?
Since I was probably about 5 or 6. My
So
dad
when
put a ball in my hand at 5,
so when
throwing the ball up to the rim
so when
underhanded.
you figured that you couldn't, that you wasn't, that well, first of all, when did it hit you that you weren't going to make it?
Ooh. Because it's crazy because I really recently, maybe like 6, 7 years ago, honestly understood that I might have really been depressed.
But when did it hit you? Like where were you at? What was you go? What was going on when it hit you?
I was back in Michigan, um, back at the same apartment that I had when I was, saying moving around. And I think more so as time went on, no calls, no, you know what I'm saying?
Um,
As time goes on, everything stops, bro. People don't check for you. When I had an agent at one point, he sent me here, then all of a sudden he don't call. You know what I'm saying? So the realization is like, but you be in denial. I was in denial for a long time. So I still moved around like an athlete, but I wasn't an
yeah,
athlete, that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm still moving around and life is steady going and you're getting older and I got kids. So I'm steady, it's not sinking in. But then, like you said, like, boom, I'm in Michigan. I'm like, damn, I'm back where I went to college at,
yeah.
working.
Now, what was that? What was that? First of all, how was that feeling? What was that feeling like for you?
Shit. Depression, failure, all that. Because this is what you do. And then what you end up really doing is, I know for me, I always saw myself as being the provider. You know, my mother, my father always made sure we had what we needed, not what we wanted. And sometimes, every now and again, because my mom never worked, my dad was always working. My dad, what I'm saying, she really took care of us. It's one of those situations that I know people don't see it a lot now, but yeah, my mom made sure we school, food, clothes, all that. That was my dad was at work. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So like in my mind, I saw me basketball was gonna do what I needed it to do to provide for everybody.
Mhm.
Everybody. And that's how I saw it. So that became even more devastating when I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? So again, like I was saying, you live in a certain type of moment. It's like the Groundhog Day. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? You replaying it, but you ain't going nowhere. Ain't nothing happening for you. You know what I mean?
So
So
how did you end up moving day to day back in Michigan at the same apartment that you had before you left out to go get your NBA? Go to the NBA. You came back. How was you moving around day to day, knowing that you were back there and feeling that way? How did that make like?
not denial. I wouldn't. It wasn't. And then I had enablers around me because everybody was cool with it. You know what I mean? Everybody still had the place because I was flying back and forth, keeping my place open and letting a couple of my homeboys stay there while I'm gone and stuff like that, and moving around. But when I finally came back and all of it stopped, like you know how it go, man.
Are they still
People,
your friends now?
some of them, but like I got some of them. We cool.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Um.
saying? I got love, but good because I look at friendship like, if anything happens between us, it ain't gonna be me, it's gonna be you. Because I'm gonna stay me. I'm gonna always be solid. It don't cost nothing to be solid.
Right.
So why would I change anything about me? If anything changes within a relationship of a friendship with me, I promise you, because what you see is what you get. The person you met, that's who you always gonna be around. I'm not a flip flopper, and I really accredit that to where I come from.
Right.
I don't see too many people where I'm from not play you straight, so to speak. And I'm not saying that we don't have, what I'm saying, that we don't have those where I'm from, because we do. And then generations and time, the game done changed. So you got a lot of stuff that's different. You know what I mean?
And see,
But
you seen what T. Rob put in there, right? He said he felt the same way when he was playing football.
hmm
And when he got a personality and all that. And so this is the reason that we're having this conversation, brother, because I don't know if you knew that. Like you and T. Rod,
no,
we
no,
all been
I didn't know that. I
so
didn't know that.
so this is the reason that we're having this conversation, brother. So we could get it more in tune. But so hold on. So you're doing this. You go back. You work it. Now you got the degree now, right?
hmm But I don't want to use it. No, because no, for real,
Because I'm
because that.
in the NBA. I'm going to the NBA.
Yeah, that's initially just the, hey man, y'all happy, be quiet. I went to school. You know what I'm saying? It was never for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna use it. No, I ain't using it now, but I'm using it, but I'm not using it from a professional standpoint
Right.
because even right now I deal with kids. I deal with kids on an everyday basis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just left a spot where I teach kids. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's one of those things to where I'm using it,
But
but I'm still able to be me.
right.
Yeah.
So let's get back to where we was. Boom.
Mhm.
How did you get the transition to California from Ohio?
No, I actually came from Michigan. I actually
Oh,
moved out
how
here
did
from
you get
Michigan.
the yeah, from Michigan?
Funny story. One of my brother, I don't even call him my best friend. I call him my brother, CJ 3000, CJ. My best friend, he had already been out here for like I'm gonna say at the time, maybe like maybe about 4, 5, 5, 6 years, maybe.
Hmm.
And things were terrible for me in Michigan. I'm talking about I was substitute teaching, then that wasn't going through. So I would get up and I was living like really like a person that had a mental problem, so to speak. I wasn't doing nothing all day. I was getting up, playing music. You find things to do in the house and clean up. I wasn't growing in no kind of way. And thankfully, you know, he seen it And in his own way, he kept saying, like, Fish, you need to come out to California. Come out to California. Come out to California. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come out there. No. And 1 year go by, 2 years go by. And it got to a point where when he did ask me and he would say something and I would say what I would say, he would hang up on me.
I don't
I'm
want to
like,
hear
man,
that.
get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. You coming out. So eventually, it is wild, bro. I went back. I left Michigan, went home to Ohio, went to Lima. Again, no job, none of that. No job, nothing. So everything that just went from sugar to shit. So no job. I go back home and I don't know pretty much what I'm gonna do. I still got my place, but I'm thinking about coming out here, and I didn't have any money. I begged my father for a one-way ticket. I asked him for a one-way ticket because I had run out of options, bro. I was really thinking like for real. And a lot of people, I've told people this, but a lot of people don't. I was really like in a bad spot, just mentally. So
Wait a minute. Hold on. Don't blaze over that. So you said you were thinking. You were thinking what about?
no, yeah, giving up from those terms, but not really just not doing away with everything. But I was over. Like I didn't know what to do.
Okay.
So it was pretty much. I went home and I asked my pops to give me a ticket, man. And I told him, no lie, I said, man, if you give me this one way ticket, I'll be gone for at least 2 years before I come back. And it was 2 years to the date that I came back home. But when I came back home, I had already done a bunch of stuff out here, even though I had messed up, but I had done some things out here. And but yeah, it started like that. And then you get out here. I got out here in December. It's like 70 degrees. I'm calling people in Michigan with a tank top on, standing up against the wall like a jail picture, like, yo, I ain't coming back.
Right. I ain't coming.
Come back for what? I'm like, I ain't coming back for what? It's 70 degrees in December. Y'all walking in 2 feet of snow in Michigan.
Believe me,
So I'm
brother.
not,
I'm
I'm
doing
not,
the same thing from Houston.
yeah,
People in
I'm
Denver
not, yeah,
over
man,
me.
bro. I'm not coming back. So I got out here and now it's sink or swim.
Yeah.
Like really, I don't have no money. I got my old dusty college duffel bag from Eastern Michigan when I played
But
basketball.
you got a place to stay because you're staying what you got.
No, I get out here. I don't have no. My cousin
Oh,
was supposed to give me room and board. I see my cousin on 106 in Park. You know what I'm saying? He was doing a Wild Out Wednesday. You know how long ago that was. He was doing Wild Out Wednesday on
right.
106 in Park.
Right.
So we get into we on MySpace. That show you how old it is. We on MySpace talking. And I get in contact with him. And he like, cuz, come out. But I'm already thinking about my boy CJ. And I get the one-way ticket. I get out here. CJ picked me up in this sherbet orange Volkswagen Beetle with no back seat from the airport. My cousin was supposed to pick me up, but he didn't pick me up. So my best friend, my brother, picks me up. Um, I get here, like I said, no money, no, not even an inkling of what I'm gonna do. But I know I had to leave Michigan, like real talk.
So where'd you stay at?
I stayed with my homeboy CJ in a one bedroom, him and his girl on the couch for a couple weeks. So you know how long that was. That was like 3 weeks, and then it was like, yo, like this nigga grown. What is he doing?
Right.
You came all the way out to California with no plan. And by the grace of God, man, I've always just been placed around people that's had. Well, back that up. By the grace of God, I got praying folk around me that pray for me when I ain't even paying attention and when I ain't even, thinking. So I understand where my strength comes from, even if I don't sit up here and. But yeah, man, I got out here and it went from, he picked me up. I think that night I ended up at the studio with old boy, what's his name from Boys and Men, the the dark one. Is it Sean? Sean,
Don't give me the lie.
him. Yeah, the dark one. Sean, him, Brian Cox, uh, who was that? Tank was there that night when I first got here.
And you
And they was just in a
you coming from
I,
Ohio in
yeah.
a room all of these stars, and you what was the thought then? Was you like, oh, it's about to go down? I'm in the right position, or would you just
No, no, because I still had a whole, you know, I still had that athlete persona. I don't need you.
ooh,
I'm not gonna act like you bigger than me, even if you do got way more money. That ain't my style. Like, okay, I seen you on TV, cool. Straight face. All right, cool. All right, cool. You. And if I'm thinking it, I ain't gonna let you know it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's about because I'm a foreigner, right? I'm not from here, so I'm not really too keen on letting everybody, know who I am. I'm sitting back observing and watching the room, seeing who watching me, and I'm watching them, and stuff like that. But it was a blessing to get in that room because it developed relationships, as far as business,
Yeah.
and then some friendships, and from that point, I still wasn't taking nothing serious though, real. I still wasn't really clicking. I was in a place to where I could make something happen.
Yeah. So did
It
you
still
make
wasn't
something
clicking
happen out of it?
eventually,
Yeah.
but it still
So how,
took
how
time.
did it change from the 3 weeks on the couch? Like when did it start shifting for you and what happened after that 3 weeks? Where'd you go?
After the 3 weeks, my cousin, I ended up going out to end up going out to Silmar, Pacoima area, right? Because that's where my cousin was staying, and I end up meeting with one of my dogs right now, which I do security business with and do EP work with, Big Tone. So I
Okay.
get out to his house. He don't even know I'm coming out there. He don't even know I'm there. So I didn't kind of like caught the room at the end of the house, on the side of the house, the house type room. You feel me? Like he didn't even know he was on tour with Neo. He didn't even know I was at the house. He didn't even know I was at the house.
So first of all, we know Big Tone, and the funny part about Big Tone, the story y'all hear about me with Big Tone is the first time I met him, I literally jumped on him.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's up?" And I jumped on him, and it wasn't like jump on him like really tried to fight him, but I kind of tried to fight him, and he was like, "What are you doing? Get off me!" And we've been great ever since then because I'm
Right.
literally like 5'10", he's like six something, six six,
Yeah, 6'4".
whatever it is, and he's very big. But I, I that's what I do with Tone. When I see Tone, I jump on him. Even at 48, I still jump on him. But so he was on tour with Neo doing the security thing. You at the house, he don't
Mhm.
even know you there. Now, did you know
He
him at
come
that
out.
time?
No,
So
no,
how was you in this
not at
place?
all. Yeah, because my cousin was living
Oh,
there.
okay,
It's like
okay,
it was like a five. It was a five. He got a 5 bedroom house,
okay.
and I'm thinking my cousin is telling me, he got he got some business stuff they need to take care of. So I got the meeting over here. Then we gonna come. I'm like, cool, but I'm like the dude of Notre Dame. I'm up in the room. Don't nobody really know. So
Trying
I'm
to be
trying to
quiet,
trying to be quiet for real. And then one day I just come down. I'm downstairs, and I'm like, man, this shit, wow, bro. I'm a grown ass man. I'm not gonna be sitting up here. So this nigga Big Tone, line I'm flying. This nigga, if you know Tone, everybody Tone is a big dude. This nigga came out of his room. Ain't now he been on tour, so he don't know I'm there. They come in, right? He walk in the kitchen just in his drawers.
which is scary in itself.
Dog. And look, he looked at me. He said, who is you? I said, I'm so cousin. He looked at me. The nigga walked to the refrigerator, man, got something out the refrigerator and went back to his room. I was like,
And
what
that
the
was it.
fuck? And that was it. But I didn't know he was a collegiate athlete too as well. So a lot of times connections are made by certain things that you've done in your life. And we both were collegiate athletes. So it was like living in the dorm room, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we got along well, but Tone ended up putting me into another side of California that I didn't know about. Paris, my cousin put me in position. He actually put me in a position to get my first gig as far as acting. He was cutting hair at a barbershop in Beverly Hills. They call it the Black Beverly Hills, where he was cutting hair. And I'm walking up and down the street. I got a little Metro PCS phone, you know what I'm saying, a little brick one. I'm walking back and forth, probably on the phone trying to get some money from home because I ain't got no money.
Right.
And there was a agent. Oh no, it was a producer from the TV show Baldwin Hills in the barbershop. And I kept walking back and forth, and she asking people, "Who am I? Like, who is he? What he do?" And my cousin was like, "Nothing," but he wanted to do something. He called me in the barbershop, and she asked me, "Do I got an agent?" I'm like, "No." She said, "Do you want one?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care." She hooked me up with a lady called Valentina Graham from Valmar Talent Agency. So all that is now everything is starting to trickle and move in certain directions. I'm with Big Tone. Then my cousin put me in position from the barbershop. 3 weeks after that, I got a nationwide commercial with Comcast.
Okay.
Three
All right.
weeks after that, got a nationwide commercial with Comcast, and it was so crazy because I would tell people, man, I worked 3 days and made $4 grand, but still, I'm not really locking into what could happen.
Right.
I'm taking it as it's going, like, okay, this is cool. It's keeping me floating. I'm not really paying attention to networking and keep putting it together. So we take, when we do stuff like that, it takes more time for things that I guess will manifest on how God want one would be, because you can sometimes set yourself back by you just being you, and that's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm. And when you
Um,
say you being you mean like your personality, your
so
ego,
yeah,
like.
just selfish in a way of it's selfish. It's selfish from such a different spot, and you being selfish to yourself because you sitting on your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
You sitting on your gifts, and you're not paying attention to the signs. You're living in the moment, but you're not paying attention to the signs. It's been so many things that ran past me and ran past through my fingers being out here, that the things that I did get and the things that I did do, they were so easy because where I'm from, they don't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at people out here like, dog, all you got to do is go here and sit, boop, de boop, and they going to pay you $500 every Wednesday just to be in the background, do some background work, and y'all tripping? Y'all want to be out here? So to me, instead of me taking it and moving in a direction, I was still just hustling, but hustling backwards, if that makes sense. I've had, man, Jennifer Hudson, I was trying to be the lead for her video and couldn't answer the questions right. They were asking me questions, but I was such in a reality type of situation. I'm answering them like I'm talking to you. They asked me questions. How does it feel to be Jennifer Hudson's boyfriend? I'm like, man, I ain't her boyfriend. She got a boyfriend, I heard. Country. I'm in there. I'm really like, I'm talking to the people. They like, profile. I'm like, what the fuck is a profile? They, honey, turn that way. Because I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to code read from just dude on set with somebody like, yo, do it like this. So I got a chance to experience a lot of stuff, man, and starting from certain moments, but had I just really, really, really bought into myself and kind of took it, man, who knows? I'm blessed now, don't get me wrong, but who knows,
So
and
here's
I
the catch.
I think,
And
huh?
I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
But I'm doing the math in my head because I think I've known you. I've met you. I met you about maybe 13 years ago,
Yeah,
10, 13, 12. So,
about at least 10.
so that means you had only been in LA when I had met you 6 years at the most.
6 years at the most. Yep.
Okay. And so just, so people understand the way I met this man. Um, I was I guess you would call it a Denver tour manager for a mutual friend, Mark the Spot. When he showed up in Denver, I would hold him down and make sure that everything was good, make sure he got to the airport, got back, he got his money, that he was good as long as he was in town, he was secure, he was safe. So I came out for one of Mark's birthday celebrations because Mark is a big name DJ. He is a celebrity DJ. And in LA, he does a whole weekend of parties or whatever it is. It's a long time worth of parties.
Yeah.
And we had been working with him for years. So we came out, and I had no idea who he was, by the way, when I met him. I had no idea who he was.
Mhm.
I just was working with him because somebody said he was in town, real, check him out, look out for him. And I was like, I got you. So I get out to Cali. All these guys is around. He's from New York originally, so he got all the New York cats who show up. And I'm talking about they 20, 30 deep from New York. He got all the Cali people from around. And everybody's in the building. Everybody's loud. Everybody's doing their thing because New York is New York. T-Raw was in the building. I think I met him that year too. Everybody was in the
Mhm.
building. I'm talking about good people because
We
Mark
used
is
to
good
be
people. Man,
active. We
act.
used to be active.
But now keep in mind, these is New York, like not Times Square, New York.
Nah,
We're
not
talking about
commercial. Not commercial.
like,
Not commercial.
hey,
Real,
son, you could get this
real New
work right now, B.
Yorkers.
Look,
Real
one
New
of the funniest, one
Yorkers.
of the funniest thing about the New York cats, and I realized this when I first met them, is that, and I don't know if you recognize this. Have you noticed how they always ask double questions?
Hmm.
So let me tell you this. Like, this is how they do you. Like, yo, you wearing that beanie? Cause you cold, B? You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm wearing the beanie. And it is because I'm cold. Like, yo, you putting on your coat because you're going outside? Like, yeah, I'm about to put it on. But
You
the thing about
crazy,
this
yeah.
is that they show so much love, but they're authentic. And don't get me wrong, they
Authentic.
show love to everybody. They just show love to the authentic ones.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this, I'm setting
Real
up this
recognize real.
scenario. Yeah, so T. Ross said on seven.
Oh
So
seven.
I'm setting up,
Wow.
I'm setting up this scenario to say that we in the house, it's live as hell. Like the New York Cats is in there, and at this point, it's all family. Like everybody who's walking in is just like it is what it is. We pulled up because we drove in. I think I met you the next day, but everybody's in the house partying and chilling, and you walked in. You
Mhm.
quiet, cool, like what's
Man,
up, da, 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 da.
out the way.
Not impressed by anything and everybody else, and it was just like, okay. Now keep in mind, I jump on Tone every time I see him.
Yeah.
So when I jumped on Tone, you looked at me like, well,
Like
what
what?
did he do?
Like man, what is going on? Trying to figure it out. Like what you doing, bro? You know?
Because I get down. I'm a little live too, especially
Yeah.
back in them days. But that's how we met,
Hmm.
and we moved around that whole weekend, and it was cool. It was like, what's up, respect, respect. Then we
Hmm.
came back. I think it was the following year, and it was a little bit more respect, respect. How you
Yeah.
doing? Good, good to see you. What's up, my guy? Because everybody who was there was somebody. Either they were clothing designers, they were major DJs, they were artists, they were
There's
actors.
always
Like,
somebody
and
around.
we was in the, now keep in mind I'm coming from Denver and I'm like you. I don't
Hmm.
care who you are.
Yeah.
And even if I did, I can't let you know that, right?
Right.
So we good. But there was a turning point for me and you where we actually became family.
Oh yeah, definitely. You want to tell them because
I,
I was I it was crazy because I was on my way back from Ohio. I was coming back from home, but thankful to DJ marked the spot because I had some issues getting a ticket, and Mark flies so much. For him it's like no, don't worry about it. And I was telling him, but he was like, "Yo, Larry, but you got a 16-hour layover in Denver in Colorado." I'm like, at the time, I'm like, I need to get back to California, so I don't care. And I'm like, man, 16 hours. I'm like, I don't know nobody. He said, I'm gonna put you in touch with my brother Real. I'm like, okay. Gave me Real number, call Real. Real was like, I'll be at the airport to get you. Showed up at the airport, picked me up. Now remember, I got a 16, so I'm there at like it was like 6 something in the morning. So he picked me up. We go to the gas station. Go to the gas station. He's like, look, don't worry about it. You got 16 hours. You're gonna go back to the house. You can take a nap, lay down, whatever. Now I'm like, damn, nigga, you barely know me, but all right, okay. I'm like, cause I'm expecting like, you know, get back to the house. The man not only let me take a nap, he let me, he basically let me be at the house like it was mine. So he treated me like family from the time. Took a nap, woke up, fixed food, man, jumped back in the car. So he taking me around. Now I only got 16 hours. And what's crazy, the amount of stuff that I did in those 16, man, look, he take me downtown Denver. He take me up to the mountains. We go get a bottle. We go from there. We go from the bottle. We go to what was the spot? We went to one spot,
the Cab by the
wow.
Hole was one of them. We
Yeah,
went we went
like
to
it's
the
it's
club.
and it's man, it's beautiful because it's got this big old outdoors, these windows. Remember the windows? The what spot was that? And you can look out. Oh man, it was crazy. I can't remember. He took me there. Then he took me to the hood. He took me to he took me there. He said, now, okay. Man, but what I'm getting to is it was a blessing to have somebody that care about people just in general, even if he didn't know me well enough and he didn't have to do none of the stuff he did. Took me to get a haircut, took me to get my beard lined up. Don't worry about it. Come on. You with me all day. So just the fibers and his and within his DNA, he's a very, very, very good man. You know what I mean? And that's real talk because he didn't have to, even though he did it off the word of somebody else. He didn't, like I said, we had knew each other barely at this moment. But to get me all the way out there and to actually, and then we had different moments to where it was certain situations situations where he was like he had been knowing me for years. I'm telling him stuff. He's like, man, shut up,
Well,
man. You ain't
no, we
talk to
gonna tell
me.
that story.
He
So
like,
what?
man.
What?
He like, man, whatever, dude. Like, yeah, you know.
So here's what makes it so crazy. You just so happen to be there on opening day, I think it was, of the Colorado Rockies.
Mm,
So when we went downtown, the city was out.
city was
Now,
out.
for the ladies watching, I don't know if you've seen the profile and things that I put, but this man is very well put together. Not to mention, he looks like a famous actor that everybody loves, right?
Right.
Yeah, I hate to say it, brother, but it's true. You could play a double in one of his movies. But the thing about it is, so I'm in Denver. I'm somebody, but I'm moving around with this dude, six, 6'2", 6'3",
6'3",
swole
6'3"
up,
and some
clean
change,
as hell.
6'4" on a good
We
day.
went got the cut. I'm taking him around. We moving, and the thing about it is that when when we got out and started moving around, it was like family. Because when I picked him up, we went to the house. I'm like, I know you tired, my nigga. Take a nap.
Yeah,
I went upstairs,
man.
went back to sleep. He went to sleep. We woke up, made some breakfast, got up, and was like, "Yo, your beard looks scruffy. Let's go. Let's go get it cut. Don't worry about it. It's on me." Then we started moving around because I wanted him to see the city. We had time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we went to
Yeah.
the mountains. But on that mountain trip, it was the conversations that we had. It
Mm-hmm.
was the who are you as a person, and you was
Yep.
kind of still looking at me like, bro, why are you doing all this? Like, what are you
Yes.
doing now? And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, we good. Like, just chill out, check this out, look at this view, because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted you to kind of see this stuff that what I had, or what I was immersed in. But there was
Mm-hmm.
a conversation that I always get credit for, and you're welcome. You want to tell them that conversation?
So we in the drive-through, and I'm having issues with my lady. Now she's my wife, but I'm having issues, and I'm telling him I'm over here. So now I'm thinking like, yo, he gonna be on my side, like, yo, fuck it, yeah, nigga. So I'm like, nigga, how long y'all been together? I'm telling him how long we been together. I'm like, yo, I'm studying, like going through this mental, like, yo, like, fuck that, I ain't doing nothing, nigga. He said, man, shut up. He was like, here, Gabe, you remember we was drinking Amsterdam? He said, man, here, man, you gonna marry her. Shut up. You ain't going nowhere, because if you was going somewhere, you'd have been left. I'm sitting there, and at the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, this nigga right, but fuck it, I ain't gonna tell him. I'm sitting there like, nah, I want to feel the way I'm feeling right now. Let me feel the way I'm feeling. I'm feeling like we ain't gonna be together. That's the way I see it. We ain't gonna be together. I think it was no more than maybe a year later. I was like, yeah, bro, oh, yeah, fuck it. I'm married. I'm getting married. Um, you know, we got 3 beautiful daughters
Yeah,
together. So it's like a lot of the things that he was saying came to fruition. And I think he has a real knack for observing people and really reading people. Because sometimes I think all of us have the ability to do it in some kind of way, but we don't have the ability to do it to ourselves. It's
uh,
like that mirror thing. Like, I can pour into you and have you ready to conquer the world but myself, I'm internally fighting
yeah,
demons and different things and trying to become right with myself. But I'm study helping them, and I've always had that type of knack too, to be like, okay, I can see you, but I can't see myself.
yeah,
So at this point, of my life, I'm almost 47 years old. I'm starting to really see myself,
yeah,
you know. And when you start looking at yourself and the clarity, if you really look at yourself, you'll see some things. It might be some things that you don't like. It might be some things that you don't even understand, but you see them. So, but if you can see them, you got a chance to change them and work on them.
yeah,
So that's the stage I'm in now, and it's a cool little stage. Like, for real, I hear
yeah.
some people. I be like, "Yo, I'm at that point where if I don't like it, I don't like it," and I can tell you I don't
Now,
like
how
it.
long have you been married?
9 years.
9 years. So it was
Hmm.
10 years ago that you showed up in Denver. So, but the thing about this is, I did tell him that he was going to get married, and I knew it was going to happen because he was so passionate about the conversation. And it was just like, gosh, you can't do me like this. And we, no matter what we did, it would always come back to her. And it was just like, yo, stop the games, my nigga. You gonna
Hmm.
marry that woman, and just nigga, stop fighting yourself. It's okay. You ain't got to lie to me. Now let's get on with the rest of the day. But what was so dope is that you actually called me and was like, "Real, you was right,
Right.
my nigga."
Like, like,
You,
like, you know what I really honestly believe, and I believe it more and more so now. Man, listen, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. What's wrong with being wrong? I mean, we understand that we all, if they say we all is in, but we're not perfect.
right?
And if you can admit to being wrong, you can grow from you being wrong. But you got to be fair in what it is. A lot of people don't understand when I tell people, just be fair, dude.
Yeah,
Understand that. And my mom used to say, Dwayne, everybody don't think like you. You can't expect everybody to think like
right.
you. So you got to give other people grace, far as how they may have their own opinions of what they see, which is cool. It don't make them true, you know. But
Yeah,
if you ever wrong, there's nothing wrong with being wrong. You can come back from being wrong.
yeah. Now,
That's simple.
now here's the thing. Now, I appreciate you, man, because we are having a real conversation. And first of all, I love
No,
seeing your face, man.
I
It's been about what, three, four
appreciate it.
years since I seen you.
3 4 years. Yep,
Yeah,
in person.
yeah, in person, and I popped up on you. And
Hmm.
actually, you, sir, were in another commercial. You were in a commercial for my mobile app that I put together. It
Mobile
was last minute, and you came through for me.
had me
Yeah,
running through the mountains.
first of all, you're a personal trainer. You do that anyway. But I had the drone. We did film you in Cali running through the mountains.
Running through the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah, and a couple of pull-ups, whatever. But the moral of the
Yeah.
story, that was 4 years ago, and we really had a great conversation then. But man, that 16 hours that you spent in Denver, um, we solidified family
Yes,
because
sir.
it was so authentic and it was so much mutual respect on the way that we
Hmm.
moved. And one of the things that I appreciated about you is that you weren't adamant about trying to show who you were more than you was observant of and just being in your space.
Hmm.
You were holding your own. You were who you was. There wasn't no moving you, but you weren't adamant about, yo, this is how big fish and this is how I move. I'm from Cat. Now you was literally in that space and you allowed us to move in a way that they were just building for 16 hours that you don't do with people in a lifetime. So thank you for
Hmm.
being who you are,
I
brother,
appreciate
because
it.
there's more to this story about how how we stayed in contact but connected after
Yeah.
that because we promised we would.
Yeah.
But one of the things I want to ask you is that coming from where you were, athlete, collegiate level, actor, new to Cali, doing this thing and this relationship with this woman that you were in denial about originally, that you ended up marrying. What was it about that relationship and that that made you feel like I'm ready to be married to her and now is the time? Because let's be honest, man, you in Cali, right?
Right.
You're a good looking dude. You a personal trainer. You moving around in Hollywood. You with every big name in the industry because you by this time you're moving around like that. You could have been
Yeah.
anywhere. What what made you choose to be in a relationship and settle down?
Man, honestly, again, I had done so man, my life it's crazy because I lived and not saying that I'm done living, but I got a chance to do a bunch of stuff that men could only dream of, right? And there's a certain reality and something real that you kind of it's something normal, and I'm not calling it normal like that, but you got to think about where I'm from and what I grew up seeing. I'm from an itty bitty town called Lima, Ohio, bro.
Mm,
Like I didn't grow up seeing Bentleys and Porsches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We had Donks and Chevys and all that type of stuff. So there's a normalcy that I need in my life that I me personally that I could see all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've had people, do that. And with her, I could understand. And the crazy part, because I met her at church, which is, I met her at church, bro. Me being raised in the way I was raised in the morals and values of you know, doing, Christ and doing all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was mutual things that were rooted in me that I seen and heard that we were connecting on. You know what I mean? And then it didn't hurt. Like I said, she graduated from UCLA. She she wasn't no girl that hung out all the time. She hang out with her friends sometimes, but it was never like I was usually, it was that thing for me. It was the normalcy. You know what I mean? It was something that I could see in her that I couldn't see in every, think about where I'm at. But when you're an athlete, sometimes you spoiled, man. You get spoiled. I can do what I want to do. I don't have to, I don't have to. That's easy. So the physical part of all that, and she had the brains and the physical part and the look. So I'm saying to myself, okay, then you start looking at it like, okay, I'm gonna keep
Wait a minute.
hanging out, huh?
So wait a minute, things a little different. Like, oh,
Yeah, because you start hanging out and you start hanging. You got some of your homeboys that they stand out all night chasing. And you like, man, I can go home, bro. I'm not like, and then it becomes more of a point to where you start to trust more, right? You start to trust because you're like, no, like she gonna be there when I get there, or she, you know what I'm saying? It becomes a different type of thing. So at a certain point, like I say, gotta take care of fools and babies, man.
yeah.
Take
Yeah, now with
care of
that
fools
being
and babies.
said, was you ever a fool? Was you ever a fool in that situation? Because I mean, let's be honest. Getting into it, coming from being in the scene and
Yeah, what
trying
do
to back out
you
of it.
mean? Man, yeah, what do you mean? I'm a man.
why
We don't never
why
do
you look
shit right
around
on the
like that?
first try.
why
Yeah, but
why
nah,
you look?
ain't nobody here, but nah, I'm a man. We don't never really do shit right on the first try. And sometimes on the second, third. But again, you gotta understand, like in my world, because like I said, I like you said, that blueprint, my mother and my father, right? So in my mind, my dad I can't have no weak woman. Mm-mm. That's not in my DNA. You can't be no weak woman to be with me. You can't. Because I don't got no weak sisters. I ain't got no weak grandmama. I ain't got no weak mama. They know how to stand 10 toes down, tell you what they think, what they feel, and keep on moving. But I always understood my mom really ran the show. My
Mhm.
dad was just the muscle. You know what I'm saying? And she was good enough to him. And that's the thing. I saw some of that because my mom was so cold. She make my dad think he run the show, but she pull all the strings. But she was just that deep enough to stroke his ego enough to let not so much let him be a man, but he's you know what I'm saying? He's so man, when you see those type of things and you like, okay, yeah, you gravitate towards it. And yes, we had problems inflicted, yeah, probably because of me. Me being me.
Yeah,
But with everything, anything, and I'm super ultra competitive in any kind of thing. I never want to lose. So if it get rough, I'm just gonna work harder.
yeah.
Cause I,
Come on
I
now,
don't I don't want to
come on now.
lose. I may fuck it up, and it's crazy because when I say fuck it up, like yes, but I'm gonna work even harder trying to clean it up.
Yeah,
And that's just like my mom used to always say, man, God gonna keep giving you this test, you gonna keep flunking it. So how many times he gonna keep having to give you this test, and how many times you gonna keep having to flunk it before you do it right? You gotta ask yourself.
yeah.
So you get to a point, man, to where you gotta build a foundation somewhere, bro. You
hmm
got to.
Now,
Because go
and,
ahead.
and it wasn't like you said. She had everything that she was looking for. She had the brains, the smarts, the
Mhm.
physical, the looks, and she had some of those qualities that you were used to.
Yeah.
Now, you have you're a girl dad to three, right?
hmm
Now you
Yeah.
you, you have other children.
Yeah, I got an older son. My son 25.
Jesus. Okay, so and look, my daughter's 32, so I can't say that. But
Man.
so with that being said, being a girl dad now, how old is your youngest?
6. Yeah, I got a long way. Um,
So explain to me what it feels like having these young ladies in your life with the love of your life, and
it,
you are now your dad. You're now the one that they look at as the reinforcer. You're the muscle. How does that feel, bro?
man, it's cool to me because I feel like parenting is what you make it. It's cool to me, and all my girls, all of them got 3 different personalities, but they all still one at the
Yeah,
same time because we raising them to be each other's best friends, but at the same time still have your own personality, and they all got a little piece of me floating around in them. So they do some things like me, and they do some things like their mama. But oh man, they some awesome kids. They some dope little girls, and people. And like I tell people, man, like with my son played basketball, right? And I kept telling people. I'm not the dad that's going to know. If you suck, you sorry, you sorry. We'll figure something else out. But I was just blessed that I got some cool kids and they good at a lot of stuff that they do. But man, they awesome. Dance, ballet, gymnastics,
Do they got you wrapped
soccer.
around? They got you wrapped around their finger?
Of course, of course.
You didn't even.
Play no games. Play no games. Play no games about them. None of them. Even my son, I don't play no
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
That's why I'm not here for none of that because God blessed me to be that,
yeah.
you know. And I refuse to let anybody play with that, you
No,
know, because at the end of the day, as they say, I got more years behind me than I got in front of me, so I'm gonna make sure they good.
great
I'm not gonna play
segue.
no
Now,
games. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's exactly where I was going. I'm 48, brother.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you know, we met in the same arena with the superstar in Hollywood, in the clubs, moving around with Tank and all of them. And I tell you the truth, man, I didn't even know I was around the cat until somebody took a picture. Now, I put the picture on Instagram. They was like, when did you meet Tank? I was like, what are you talking about? They was like, he's in the picture. I was like, oh, yeah, that was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because technically,
Yeah.
technically, when we were in that circle, everybody around us was superstars. We
Mm-hmm.
all were superstars. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't just one person standing out. So, you know, nobody paid attention to that.
Right.
But the thing about it is, man, is that knowing that you have more years behind you than you have ahead of you, knowing
Mm-hmm.
that the NBA is not a thing, knowing that, you know, acting and stuff is still a possibility, right? Um, how, and I'm talking to you, me to you, how do you move, brother? Because I'm really kind of struggling right now with trying my hardest not to be the used to guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I used to do this, or I used to be that, or I used to have. Because man, you know, I've had 3 or 4 different businesses. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the mobile app. You know, it's not anything of what it was supposed to be. That I flew out to Cali to shoot this stuff with you for.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't pan out the way that it was supposed to. I'm not saying it's done, but it didn't work. And you know, and TV and video and all the stuff that I did, I'm really having an issue, man. Working a 9 to 5 in Houston, coming home and going to sleep, getting up, working a 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
and just realizing that this wasn't my dream by any means, and wondering if I missed that opportunity.
No, no, um, no, not at all. Because our timing ain't God's timing, and there's a way because you can't like the way I see it now. Like I said, I'm at the hoop lab. People don't even understand. I'm at the hoop lab right now, teaching kids how to play basketball. Uh, I'm at my daughter's them school, junior high school, as a PE teacher. Um, then when I'm called, I work with Cameron right now. When he called me, I fly wherever he needs me to be. You just got to keep at it. You got to keep going because we built different. And when you built different, the pressures become different
So when you
because
say just keep at it, man, what does that look like for you? Because I'm telling you, when you say keep at it, like this is me, this is my attempt at keeping at it,
and that's
and it's
exactly what it is. And the longer you keep doing this, I'm not going to be the only person that comes across the screen because the energy of it all and the purpose and the honesty behind it and it being organic, it'll flourish. But we got a tendency of a lot of times putting our hands in one thing and having visions of other, but not still working that one until we can't work it no more. See, because when it don't feel good, we got a tendency to move over because there's comfortability in putting this on the back burner for right now and just riding it out. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way you're gonna tell me that you are not a successful person. There's no way I'm ever gonna believe that you're not, just because it's not from an angle or the way that we envisioned it. And I had to stop doing that to myself. I had to stop doing that to myself, man. And it's crazy because yeah, we're not normal in a sense. God didn't put his hands on us just like he didn't put them on everybody else. It's just up to us to really just live and keep, keep living behind what it is that we feel like he need us to do. Your steps is ordered. So we already going in the right direction. We just got to believe it.
Yeah.
If two or more say it at the same time, man, it's got to be
Now,
heard. So this
and,
is right
and
now.
so let this be what it is. So when I reached out to you, when I even
Hmm.
started to do this show, I said I'm going to put people on who inspire me, people who I could tap into, people who have sold into me that we've had real conversations with. And I wanted the rest of the world to see how black men communicate. I want
Yeah,
to see what happens when the lights and cameras is off and all that kind of shit. I don't care about them superstars. Nobody
yeah,
cares about that because Tank or nobody else showed up when I needed them. You know what I mean?
right,
When I needed the help, it wasn't the superstar friend of ours who came through for me. It was you.
right,
You know what I mean? And when I had no place to go in Cali, well, I had a hotel room. But
right.
when I was out there just stagnant, it was you who called me and said, "Real, let's barbecue at the crib. Come through, meet my family." It was you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I was the one who showed up at the airport for you, and it built a relationship. See, we're the people who
man.
actually support each other to keep us moving, and this is what I wanted people to see. And I appreciate you having that conversation because even when I asked you to get on the show or had a conversation with me, you said, "Real, it's right on time." Because I'm literally in the
Right.
process of letting people know who I am and pushing my brand and what I'm doing.
And it
And I just
was
want
crazy,
I want to tell you, man, how grateful I am to have a brother like you because
man. Vice
never
versa.
been there's never been a pushback or a challenge, and I could call you at any time. Now we don't always get on the line, but when we do, it's always love, and I
And
really
that's how it
appreciate it.
should be. That's the authenticity behind somebody. Like I said earlier, um, I stand on. My dad was he a cool dude, man. I was blessed, bro. When I say I was blessed to see how men, and not like I said, you know, as you grow older, you embark on your own journey. But my foundation, bro, it's cold, man. I had a daddy, I had a mama that was in the Bible all the time with my grandmama, and then I had a daddy that invested in me as a younger black kid, and invested in me in my future being a black man. Although he didn't even have near as much as he probably would have wanted to, right? But the things that he taught me, the things that he showed me, man, I used to be around my father, man, going to play ball. Man, he got me in the car with him and his homeboys. They sharing a 40 ounce. I'm sitting on the console in the backseat of his homeboy car. They passing the beer around me. And I know a lot of people hear that and be like, oh, no, they with a pin joint. And this is the early, mid 80s, you know what I'm saying? They got a pin joint. But had he not shown me those things or taken me over his homeboy house and we go down to the base, they playing cards and man, he showed me things. And that's why my relationships with my friends, I can see them the way I see them because I had a dad, man, that taught me, yo, when you solid, you ain't got to do much. You got to be like this. And whatever happens from that, you know it ain't on your end because I taught you to be solid, dude. I'll never go behind your back and play you. Whatever I can say to you, I can say it to you right now in front of your face with no shake, no wiggle room, no wiggle in my voice. Because if I fool with you, you ain't above my approach for me to say something to you, and vice versa.
Right.
And like you said, as black men, we got to start having real talk with each other and connecting the dots on how to become more. We got to envision each other becoming more. And until we do that, we gonna keep hitting these pitfalls. But once we start understanding how powerful we really are together, like dog, and like, cause see all that government, that ain't gonna even matter. That ain't even gonna matter because the minds that we have and the will that we have, we built it. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
And you know,
There's no discussion.
one of the things you said, man, is that like you said, like one of the reason I even got the name Real. You know, I didn't name myself. That's the pen
Right.
name they gave. Is because I am who I am, and I'm
Hmm.
comfortable with being me. And I feel that if we family, if we go and lock in, you're not above my reproach. I'm going to speak to you as if you my family, and if you have you feel some kind of way about it, I'm sorry, my nigga, get
We
over
can
it.
talk.
I'll be right here. We're gonna do what we're
Right.
doing. I'm gonna hit you. I'm on my way. You know, because
Yeah.
that's what we do, and we need to be more honest with each other, even when we're wrong. Like when you was telling me I ain't dealing with that, and I'm like, nigga, stop it. You gonna get married. You
Right.
know. And the thing about it was, that's not what you wanted to hear, especially from somebody you didn't know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for us to continue to just push the narrative, man, and hold each other accountable. But at the same time, feel comfortable enough to be authentic with each other, because a lot of people who gonna tell you what you want to hear, them yes man. And the bad part about, yeah, that face, them,
And
yeah,
it's so crazy, bro, because I didn't like in just moving around, like even in the EP world, executive protection world, a lot of things. it's smoke and mirrors, bro. It's smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors, man. And it's sad too, because if everybody just lived by that, you know, treat my brother how I treat, you know what I'm saying? Treat my you know what I'm saying? Treat my sister how I treat my sister, treat my brother, but treat each other well. Um, I tell a lot of people, man, my life, I put my life on the line for some of these people. And then some of these people act like the money is a little bit too much, but you want to, you know what I'm saying? But then you got people like Cam that put me in positions just like now. Like right now, I'm in Happy Gilmore too because of Cameron.
No, real quick, T Rod. Before you get out of here, man, I want to bring T
Love you
Rod
too,
in.
bro.
Yeah, yeah, no, he been commenting, man, and he done stuck with us the whole time. Um,
Um,
and I ain't seen his face in a while, but he been moving and doing his thing for a while too, man.
yeah,
He
TNO.
man, listen, T Pumper.
Oh, you did not go
Yo,
back to that. What's happening with you,
what's
man?
good, man?
Hey,
Yeah.
why can't I see your face?
Hold on, I'm about to turn on my light. I was sitting in the living room chilling. Hold on.
Hey, look, when he was in Cali, the, the the similarities is that was his
Hey,
name.
look. Hey, yeah. I forgot.
Hey,
I forgot.
we called that nigga T Pumper the whole time he was there.
Hey, the whole time though,
Hey,
it's like
man.
T Pump. I'm like, what?
That's
Hey, but
yo. My wife just
look,
said. My
but
wife
the
just
funny
said what?
part, but the
T
funny part
Pumper.
about, hey, this dude right here, hey,
Hey,
T Rod, hey,
hey, I
from the
want to
first
see his
time
face. I
though.
want him to get on camera because he just giving us the
Yeah, you
audio call
can't
like,
see. I can see him.
damn it,
I
bro.
can
This damn.
see him.
Real, you can't see me.
Nah, I can't see your big ass head.
No, I can see
Oh,
you. I can see him.
well, either way it goes, man. I'm glad you on here, brother. I wish I could see you, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I just was telling my wife that, man. I said, yo, these my brothers, man.
yeah.
Like, like Fish, he called me a couple of years back because his son was in New
My
York.
son was in New York. I
He
say,
was like,
look,
yo, he was like, you in the town? I'm like, yeah. Why? What's up? You here? He like, nah. He like, my son is out there with his moms. He think I ain't got, my reach ain't that far. I'm like,
yeah,
what's up with him? What he doing? He want to go hang out or what he want to do? Like, let me know. Send me the location.
yeah,
I go pick him up and he
yep,
can come hang out with me. We having a big block party on my block.
yep.
You know what I'm
He was
saying? I
like,
said,
he
you
come to the
already know
block
it's all
party.
love.
now here's what makes
Yep,
it
he was
so
like,
crazy, man. I am so mad that I cannot see your face right now, and then and I'm trying to. I'm moving. I'm switching. I'm trying
I
to
can
get it together.
see. Hey,
And
can you
then
see him, T
And
Rod?
then me and Fish, we still, we be going back and forth on the gram because we
Yeah,
both into that personal training stuff.
Yeah,
So, sometimes it's certain things that
iron
it's
sharpen iron.
workouts and stuff that he might put up that I might not have done. It's something I
Vice
might put
versa.
up that he might not have done, and like, yo, T, what that do, or how you do that, and I hit him, yo, what's this like? What kind of routines we could do for this and that. So we be sharing information. And then it was one time I was watching a um I was watching a tank fight,
The
and
fight. He told me.
I didn't notice. I watched the fight, right? So the fight was over, but then I seen Fish put something up, and I'm like, hold on. I'm like, my bro was there. He was doing the security. So I had to go on YouTube and rewatch the fight. Like, I'm like, oh shit, like, yo, babe. I'm like, yeah, this is my bro right here. Like, I thought he was
that was
bullshit. I'm like, where he was
that was
at? Like,
man. When
hey,
I tell you the time of T Rod, like when I try to explain to people that type of experience, man, you're at a global fight, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, and you got Showtime, you got all these big box office things, and you're thrown into a fire. I had no clue that I was going to be working with Javante Tank Davis that night, or that I was in Tennessee with my son for
Okay.
his birthday, and Big Tone Real called me, and he was like, "You want to go to Atlanta?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just spent a lot of money out with my son. Yeah, I want to go to Atlanta." So he get me out to Atlanta. I don't know who I'm out here for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nothing. So I'm just out here. I go to the hotel downtown. So I'm like, okay, I meet up with Beast. So I still don't know nothing. Later on that night, he was like, yeah, you got the champ. We gonna move around. So my boy Beach, he was like, so look, this is what we gonna do. And I'm like, man, I ain't never done no shit like this. So I really don't know what to do. I know how to, you know what I'm saying? But a fight, I ain't never been
Yeah.
to a fight and I ain't never been that guy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the shadows. I'm like, yo, I'll be over here. So,
Nah, that night he was the
man,
guy.
bro,
He
the
was the
dude
guy that night.
he put me front and center. And when I
Facts.
tell you the energy, and you got Lil Baby on one side rapping, and you got Javante walking out, but all you got is these bright lights in front of you, and
Mm-hmm.
all you can do is step and step, and you trying to. If you watch my face on it,
Yeah.
you can see it. You can see in my face. I really can't see, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be cool about it.
Yeah.
So the
Facts.
walking, you
Facts.
talking about an experience of a lifetime, bro. To walk up to that ring and do that and have it, globally seen. In sorts, it changed my life. That was my first time being on a private jet
Mm.
from that experience.
Okay.
Which put me in position to get on more private jets, even speaking, because Cam, when we move now, we getting on one of
Yeah,
those. We
Cam,
moving.
Cam, Cam
Yeah,
fuck with
we
my
moving like that now.
he fuck with my
But
big bro hard body. He fuck with my bro Tidy Bum. Like that's
bro,
his man. Like
but the experience alone, man, just doing it, I'm a very thankful. And that's what I was telling you, real. There's just a lot of things, bro, that without, like, even this nucleus right here, man, I've experienced. Y'all are part of my life in a way that a lot of people don't even understand. And
facts.
it's been, and y'all actually seen me go from certain positions now to be able to do, and I'm back doing some real normal stuff.
Okay.
I like I said, a lot of people didn't understand when I was on the plane with Tank and it crashed. People, when they hear that, they be like, "Wait a minute, what?" You're like, "Whoa, what happened?"
Yeah,
I'm
I didn't
like,
even know that happened.
no,
"Yeah, I was."
no, neither did I. But real quick. So, T Rod, I'm looking at you, brother. I got I got the other device up. First of all, you look good, old man. Um,
Why he pulled out a whole different.
yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Man,
bro.
I need to see his face because what people don't
Hey,
understand. Look,
he pulled out a whole different iPad.
I'm not playing. 'Cause what people don't understand, man, is the relationships that we built yesterday and what served us today. And T Rod, man, let me explain to you how it felt to have somebody from now. Because right now we're literally looking at the Trinity, right? You're looking at New York,
Mm.
California, Houston. Like this is across the state, across the
Mm-hmm.
state.
But we gotta have more meat. We gotta have more of this
But
on
here's
a.
the thing, though, we're doing it now. And T Rod,
Yeah.
let me tell you, man, I appreciate you first and foremost, man, for being exactly who you was. But I will never forget when we was in Cali and these niggas kept looking at me. They was like, Denver, just like Denver. Like, there's real ones in Denver. I'm like, yeah. Nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But what made it funny is they kept trying to tell me, you need to come to New York. We could send you upstate with some of those things. It ain't even got to be real. You're going to make it. And I was like, what are they? These niggas was literally trying to get me to New York so I could move illegally.
Mm-hmm.
They was like,
Wow.
we could send him upstate. He's going to make it. He's going to make it.
Wow.
That person out there, he can make it. Yo, real, I rock with you, son. Like, you need to come to New York. My God, we got you. And when I went to New York, man, guess who I locked in with A White.
Wow.
Got to New
Yeah, yeah,
York,
yeah,
locked in with
yeah. A White, man. A White
We
and
we
A
we
White,
he the
he's doing
had a
real
man.
time.
good right now too, man. He's doing
We
real
had a
good.
time, man.
His son, his oldest son is balling out of control. His oldest son play basketball right now. He's doing real good, man. He's doing
Wow.
his oldest son is probably about AJ because he's named after A White, Amar Jr.
Mhm.
He's doing real good. AJ is about maybe 16 right now, and he's probably like in the top, like like top 10 or top 20 for his
Mhm.
position in the city.
Wow.
Like he's doing real
In the
good,
state
man. He's doing real
of New
good,
York,
man. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
big.
And that's
He's
it.
That's
doing he's
big.
But
he,
look,
That's
he's
man,
doing
big.
all of
yeah
us is
he's
doing
doing real
amazing
good,
things.
man.
All of us are doing amazing things, man. And I'm so excited because we know some of the stories, the backstories and things of that nature. And T-Rod, brother, don't think for a minute I ain't gonna reach out to you at some point. We're gonna have a conversation too. Before you being in New
Definitely,
York doing your
definitely.
thing, I just want to say I'm proud of you, brother. I see you moving, you looking good. You still swole up. You look like you almost lost your neck. I'm glad you stopped eating the weights.
That's what I say. And he had the nerve to be asking me stuff. I'm like, what are you, man?
Yo,
What are you
but
trying to do?
but you know what's so crazy, right? Not to go off topic, you know what's so crazy. I ain't been in the gym in a year. I'm getting ready to start going back. Uh, probably
That they call
either
that
Saturday
muscle
or
memory.
Monday because me and my wife was in a bad car accident a couple of months back. So
Word?
we rehabbed and all that stuff. Yeah, so we rehabbed and all that stuff. I just finished doing the rehab and everything. They just gave me the okay, like yo, you can go back. You can go back to the
Thankful
gym now.
everything was cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
Things getting
yes.
better.
So
Well,
and we
look,
out here in Atlanta now because we're not in New York no more. We in Atlanta now. I've been out in Atlanta for about almost 2 years. Like September this year make 2 years we've been out here.
Atlanta's
But I
catching
still
hell.
I still go back home. Like we still got our we still got our crib back home. So
Mm-hmm.
I still go back and forth to New York. Like like, like right now I'm on standby to go back to New York any day now because I'm about to be like real. Fish, I don't know if you won, but I know real is when I'm about to be a grandfather. So, my oldest son, he getting ready to have his son, and his wife is due, she's due any day now. Like she's supposed to, her due
Blessings.
date is,
Congratulations.
I appreciate that. Good looking.
Yeah.
Her due date
Congratulations.
is February 22nd, but you know how that play out. You could go before or you could go
Mm-hmm.
after. And
Yeah.
I made a promise to my son that I'll be here for the birth because he won't be able to be here because he's in the military and he's stationed out in Germany. So
Wow.
he won't be able to come home until after the baby is born. So I
As you
told
should.
him
You
I'll
standing
be
in the
there.
cut
So
for him.
yeah, so I'm on standby like any day now. It could be like she's having contractions, she about to go. I'm on the
Yeah,
plane,
you
I'm on
don't
the
stand
first thing
by
smoking.
you. Hey, you doing what you supposed to do, pops?
Hey, look.
As you
Hey,
should. You should,
it's
pop.
so real quick. T-Rod, brother, I love you. So good to see your face.
I love you too,
Uh,
man. I love both of y'all, man. Y'all
Love
my
you,
brother.
hey,
bro.
All I do is talk
you know
about
what it
y'all.
is. And if you're in Atlanta now, man, I'm in Houston, brother. You
I
might
just
want to get on that phone, man.
Nah,
I,
I just told my wife, I said, yo, babe, I said, yeah, I said, that's right. I said, Real is out there in Houston, and I got another one of my partners from New York that his job sent him out there to Houston. He's been out in Houston for probably about I think 3 years now.
yeah,
So I said, yeah, I said, I got to set up a trip. I said,
period.
make him and Real up, let them link up or whatever. I said,
Hey,
now what if I
my
go? I said,
birthday's
what
in
if I take a trip
May.
to Houston?
I just want y'all to know, birthday's in May. We doing a Houston takeover in May. But
Okay.
T-Rod,
May
man,
what? May what?
hey, look, May 4th.
May 4th? Oh, that's early May.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so what I'm gonna do, man?
Okay.
This
We
tourist
we
gang, don't act
coming
like
out
that.
there.
Listen,
Just keep me posted.
I'm gonna lock in with you, man, and let me go ahead and get this together because we've been on here for about an hour, man. But I really appreciate you. I love you, brother. Good seeing your face.
I got you. I'm gonna inbox you my number. Fish, you still got my number. That number that you called me on, that's still the same number. It
For
ain't
sure.
changed. All right.
Hey,
I
brothers.
love y'all. Be safe.
Love you,
And
man.
we gonna link up. I'll see you in May. I'll be in Houston in
Yep.
May. I'm
For
Let's get
sure.
it.
scheduling.
All right.
Hey, we
Now
got to
listen.
keep doing
All
this.
Yeah.
right.
No. We gonna keep doing this now, but we're gonna do it on a personal level. But one of the great things that we was doing right now, just having a conversation between brothers, man.
Hmm.
And I do want to tell you once again, how great you are for my mental health.
I
Um,
appreciate you, brother.
to see
Same.
you succeeding and not giving up, brother. To see you continuing to push, to see you continuing to strive, continuing to just be amazing. And like you, I never know where I might see you. Because in the next video, you'd be walking up the steps on a private jet. Big Tone was just in Houston. He hit me and then told me to come out. But, man, I'm a married man now. You talking about coming out at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, brother. Like, let
You
me
do it.
know at 9:30 so I could give the fair warning. Not to mention, I got to get up and go to work. So, I need to take
I
vitamins and
tell you,
rest.
and see, Tone still got that motor because he ain't got the everyday 9 to 5 like we. You know what I'm saying? Like, but everything works different for everybody. Tone stayed. Tone stayed. He stayed really in the thick of things. I couldn't afford to stay in the thick of
Yeah,
things because with that whole security world, man, is up and it's down. It's up and it's down. Unless you get somebody that can like either put you on retainer or like what he has with Derwin and stuff, and some of the stuff like I have with Cam. It's a very, very, very fickle business. And Tone rode the wave. He's another brother that's gonna stay. Once he got his eyes set on that, that's what he rocking.
Yeah.
Rain, sleet,
Don't
hell, or
don't
snow,
worry.
and it's cool.
I put the call into Tone. He'll be on the show. Um,
Yeah, that's
you know,
crazy.
and I don't care how big he is and how many people he done shot at. I'll still jump on him
You
every time.
stupid. You
Every
stupid,
time.
bro.
I don't
He
care.
said
I don't
every
care who
time.
he's with. He's still gonna get this work. He was
You
literally like, "What is
stupid.
you doing, man? Get
Every
off!"
time you see, every time you see him. But that's just the whole camaraderie and the love shown. And you know, like I said, Tone like the big ass Teddy Ruxpin. He's a cool until you make him mad. Then it's
And
different. Then it's I've seen both sides. And he loved
and,
guns.
and
So
here's the great part. I ain't never seen nothing side. The last time I seen him, the nigga pulled up on one of them little scooters. We that marked the spots house. He pulled up on the scooter. First of all, why is your big ass on that scooter? Second of all, he's amazing still.
I
But man,
don't
listen,
know if he was, I don't know if he was
it
out
ain't
there.
about on anything. I gotta, as far as you go, man. Anybody who's watching, do y'all have any questions for Mr. Fish, aka Larry, aka Larry D. Fish? Now, any questions that they have for you, they could put in the comments, or if they want to come up on screen, they could ask that. That's cool too.
Hmm.
But then also, man, is there anything that you wanted to say, like on the closing notes when we get out of here?
Nah, man. I just pray and speak nothing but success over your life, over everything that you touch, everything you do. Let it be what your heart desires, and let you really keep the pace and work tirelessly on what it is that you love, and that's making people happy, making people, if whether it's making people become more clear on their vision of what they want to be, and giving people a platform to actually express themselves. Because again, from the beginning, I'm not this person per se. When I mean that, I'm not I had to talk myself in, and it's only because of you that I did this, because I don't really see myself getting on camera, be sitting up here talking. That ain't me. But I'm learning to step away from what ain't me, and put myself in a position to grow from different aspects. I call it a growth mindset,
Yeah,
to continuously try to each day be better, a better version of yourself. And that's all I want to end this with, basically. Is just know, man, that you got the support. Know that you help me as well. Um, and we just, it's got to move forward with a lot of love and respect. Um, so, man, this is only the beginning,
yeah.
and we can't falter on this. I got ideas for other things, and I'm gonna have to pick your brain for certain things. So,
Well,
again, man,
you know I'm in your pocket, brother,
oh,
and
for sure.
just like I told T Pumper, T Rod,
See,
uh, now Houston, it's a flight,
yeah,
it's a
I
flight,
know,
and
I know,
you gotta meet the wife too, man. She's a pistol.
man.
She's amazing,
I
you know.
can't, I can't wait, man. And that's what I kept on saying. I be saying too. I gotta, because I found myself being confined, going to work to the gym back home, to work to the gym back home. I'm getting ready to go to Florida with my baby because she, like I said, she won this Dream Up to Space. This is her second year winning, and they fly them out to Florida, and they got their team name. They shoot something off into space. This is her second year, and my baby will be 13 on February 6th. So we celebrating her birthday in Florida. We're gonna get a chance to go to
When are y'all
Orlando,
going to
Disney.
Florida? On the sixth?
February- on the 4th, February 4th,
Okay,
for 4
all right.
days. So she, that's one of those things to where, man, I'm gonna post some stuff, man. My baby is super talented, man. She's all of them really cool. So again, man, I really appreciate you, brother. Open up this platform and bringing me out of my shell, because again, it's not so much even about what we're on now, because I really feel like I'm just having a conversation with my brother. So it's easy, so to speak, and it's very again organic, because we would be talking the same way if you were sitting in front of me in the physical. So I really appreciate you putting us in that type of situation where we had this platform to do what we're doing now, and we just gotta Whenever you need me on, man,
Yeah,
we on. So just know that.
and you know I'll call, nigga. I'll call. And not to
Well,
mention, and I've extended the invitation, man. In May, you and the wife come out. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
I'm gonna put it together. You think I'm playing? I'm gonna put it together
yeah.
though.
In May, man. We doing May Madness. Come out, check it
For
out. What
sure.
up? What up? Oh, man, look. King Fish, aka Mr. Larry D. Fish. One of
Yes,
the
sir.
most
Yes,
amazing
sir.
men that I've met. Thank you for sewing into me, man. Thank you for being a real brother. And you know, one of the things that I appreciate, man, is the fact that you said before, I'm going to be who I am. And if I respect you and love you, you're gonna get the realest parts of me, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel and what's right and wrong.
That's
And
right.
it's because of who we are, man. Thank you so
Right.
much for being in my corner, man, for being my guy. I love you, brother.
Love you too, brother.
Talk to you soon. Oh, what up?
Peace.
Yes, sir. Now listen, man. I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to speak with that man. I want you to go to his Instagram. It's Kingfish. Actually, it was on there. It should be on my thing. Uh, check out his Instagram. See some of the things he's done, and look at them beautiful baby girls that he's working with, and his handsome son that's being amazing, man. Um, and also just know that even at 47, the man had a dream of being in the NBA, and that was his goal, not a dream. Like he really worked towards it. Collegiate college and didn't make it, and he never gave up. You know what I mean? And this is one of the black men who had his father in his life and did all of that. And you know, just somebody to be proud about. And these are people that I've had opportunities to build with over the years and build relationships with. And you know, what I sold into them then, not because I knew what we would be today, it's just because of who I was. So be a real person, be a good person, be an honest person. Speak humbly, speak with intentions. And if you know people rub you the wrong way, which some of them will, everybody ain't for you. But be a good person, not just tomorrow. Do that shit today and do it the next day. Because you never know who's going to be looking at you or who could be in your corner or who's going to be there when you need. You know what I mean? Because if we didn't have these relationships, I wouldn't even have nobody on this platform. And there's some people who might feel a way about me now. And I hope that you understand that if you feel some kind of way about me and you don't know me, that the people who do still love me. So maybe it's something with you. Either way it goes, I'm good. And I'll continue to move the way that I do. And my God, oh, I need to get you on here too, brother. You definitely got a story to tell. And look, man, I love you. I love y'all. Not all of y'all, I ain't going front. But I have respect for all y'all. I love you as humans. But this is how we're going to move this real talk. And the next show that we got coming up, there's going to be some amazing people. Not everybody I know. And there's just some people that we all should know. And, we're going to do it. So every Thursday, we're going to do it. Next Thursday, we got it coming up. Wait till you see this one. Happy, was it Happy Mommy? Happy Minnie? Yeah, you're going to see it. Shout out to everybody who done it. Big Tone, you coming up next. Obi West, we got you locked in. Oh, I got you locked in too. We appreciate you. Real talk. I'm the voice, Mr. Reality, aka Greg Delaney. Let's just get together, man. We're gonna make it work. This is about the mental health of not only black men, but adults in general. Because if we ain't right, we can't help the kids. So get on here, tell your story, have a conversation, and hopefully something that you heard today inspires you, helps you make it through. Who knows? But that's what we do it for. Let's get it. I'm out. Let's go. Never really know how to end this thing. And I be having the greatest outros, and it'd be like, ugh, damn it, I missed the cue. But I got it now. I'm out.